Your AC joint is that point in your shoulder where your shoulder blade and your clavicle, your collarbone meet. The shoulder is a very complicated joint. There's a lot of things that affect it, including all heads of the rotator cuff, all heads of the deltoid muscles, the biceps and the triceps. That's 5 more muscles right there, along with the scalenes in your neck, your pecs. A lot of stuff meets in this one teeny tiny spot. So it's an area that a lot of people feel pain in, whether that be from lifting too much weight, from just being an athlete for years and years and years. Honestly, even from sitting with poor posture. So whether you are hyperactive or totally inactive, this is an area that you can feel a lot of pain and discomfort in. But it's a pain that you can very easily beat yourself without honestly even any equipment, without even stepping foot in the gym. You just have to perform the right movements at the right angle in order to stretch and then strengthen that area of your body. So today I'm going to show you 3 stretches and 2 exercises that you can do easily at home in under like 3 minutes every day to make your AC joint feel much better. A lot of people in fitness irrationally speak out against stretching. I think it's really just to set themselves apart marketing-wise because they don't really have anything else going for them. Stretching, just like lifting, just like resting, just like running, just like every form of anything, has its place if it's the right tool that you need for your situation. And if your AC joint is inflamed or in pain, you're gonna have to stretch the area around it, most particularly your shoulder, your pecs, and your lats. And these first 2 stretches, I like to call them the toothbrush stretches because these are 2 stretches that you can do while you're brushing your teeth in your bathroom mindlessly. It's something that you can make a part of your daily routine, and it's a habit that will go a really long way to alleviating your most nagging, annoying pain in your shoulder. So the first one is the door jam stretch. We're gonna stretch the upper part of that pec in your shoulder. All you're going to need is to stand next to a door, a wall, a squat rack, anything you can put your weight into. You're then gonna stick your arm out, elbow even with the shoulder, raise your arm up until your arm's at 90 degrees. You're then gonna take that elbow to that hand, basically that entire forearm, place it on a wall, turn yourself and lean slightly away from that wall as you maintain contact with your elbow and your hand on that side of the wall, the door jamb, the wall, whatever the heck it's called. I'm a trainer, not a carpenter. At first, you're probably not going to be able to really turn your torso far away from your hand. That's fine. That means you are finding the areas that need care, the areas that need to be a little bit open via this stretch. Take your time, relax that shoulder down away from your ear, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, unless you're using like a really bubbly toothpaste, in which case just breathe however you can, and relax into the stretch. Pavel, the kettlebell guy, has a great concept called relax into stretch, and that's exactly how muscles respond. Muscles are not going to stretch if you're constantly putting tension on them. You need to breathe. You need to calm your entire central nervous system down via your breath to show your body that this new position, this lengthened position of the muscle is not only good for it, but it's also a safe position that it can maintain and hold for a very long time, therefore making this stretch sustainable. So hold this stretch for 30 seconds to honestly like 3 minutes on each side. Do not go to the point of pain. Go to the point of feeling a stretch. Hold it. Relax when you need to. At first, it's going to hurt. Be smart. The second one is a wall lat stretch. You can also use that same spot on your door while you're brushing your teeth. All you're going to need to do is strengthen your arm, face the wall, face the door, whatever. You're going to have your arm straight, palm facing forward. You're going to place your palm to your elbow on the wall again. You're then going to push your hips back into a hinge-like motion and let that elbow come slightly off the wall. And you want to drive your chest to the ground as you gently let that arm drive behind your head. What we're going to do here is basically open up that entire lat complex. The lat is a very broad, very important muscle in your body. So if it's tight, it's going to affect a lot of things, particularly in your shoulder and honestly, even in your lower back. Again, relax into this stretch. Breathe fully the whole time. You might not have a great range of motion at first. That's perfectly fine. That's exactly why we're stretching. So you're going to keep that arm straight and you're going to ever so slightly, gently, progressively lean that chest towards the ground until eventually that lat is open, that lat is at a good position. When we're stretching, all we're trying to do is get a muscle back to its proper length. That's the simplest way to put it. Muscles have lengths that are different for every person depending on the size, the insertion, the limb length, a whole bunch of other stuff. But when your muscle's shortened, it's going to start this compensation pattern up and down the chain. And a lot of times that ends at the AC joint, which is at the top of the chain. And same thing as the previous one. You're always going to hold a stretch like 30 seconds to 3 minutes. You're going to have to listen to your body. Again, don't go to the point of pain. Go to the point of feeling a stretch, feeling like you're open, and then cut it. This third stretch is a very pointed stretch in which we are actually targeting the specific AC joint itself. There are 2 ways you can do this. If you're at a gym, you're going to hang a band from a pull-up bar or something above your head, or if you have the ability to do that in your house, go for it. If you do not, you're going to grab a broom handle or a dowel or something like that. You're going to take that dowel, place it behind your head. You're going to reach behind you and grab it with the opposite hand. With the upper hand, you're going to pull up towards the ceiling and allow that bottom hand to drift forward until you feel that stretch right exactly on the AC joint. If you're in the gym with the band, all you're going to do is reach your hand behind your back, palm facing backwards. You're going to grab that band and ever so gently walk away from the rack so that that hand pulls up via the tension in the band. This is one that might hurt. This is one where you're actually targeting that painful joint. So be very gentle with this. Breathe, relax into it as much as you can. You're gonna probably wanna hold this stretch for a little bit less time, probably like 30 seconds each side, and go honestly like 3 to 5 times, never to the point of pain. The majority of the time, pain in your AC joint comes from improper positioning. That could be improper positioning when you're doing a bench press. That could be improper positioning when you're performing whatever athletic movement led you to have that AC joint pain, or from shitty posture, which is basically just poor positioning chronically throughout the day. So to better position that shoulder, that scapula, that shoulder blade, and that collarbone, we need to target 2 specific areas. Your serratus anterior, which is a small muscle on the side of your body, and then your rotator cuff, which is a multi-head muscle, which everybody knows if you watch any sport, helps that upper arm rotate in its socket. We can target both these muscle groups with one single movement. All you're going to need, ideally, is a ball of some kind, like preferably a ball larger than your palm, a soccer ball, size 5, a basketball, a stability ball, an inflatable ball from Publix, really anything at all. And all you're going to do is take that ball, place it on the wall. You're then going to take one hand, you're going to extend that hand out all the way and pressing the ball into the wall. It's very important that you maintain tension, that you have an active arm, which means actively pressing with that working arm. We're not just hanging out, la la la. We're actively pressing into the wall, so we're bringing all that musculature around our shoulder. That active pressing is all you need to engage the serratus anterior. So the serratus anterior, when you are active, when you are pressing, is good to go. To engage the rotator cuff, you're simply going to have to turn the ball clockwise and then counterclockwise about 10 times each side while maintaining that tension. You're going to notice that this does not feel very overwhelming. This might feel a little odd. This might even honestly make parts of your shoulder feel very cold. That means that you have specifically targeted that area of weakness, which is directly leading into that AC joint pain. So this is something you should be doing at least 3 times a week. I would say 3 sets of 10 reps each direction. The muscles that hold your shoulders in the right position, ironically, are on the back of your body. They're not actually the front of your shoulders, because the stronger your shoulders are, unless you balance them out with proper back muscles, are going to look like that. You're going to look like Quasimodo. So to strengthen the muscles around the back, your rhomboids, all those tiny muscles around the back of your shoulder blades, you don't need a gym. You don't need any weights. All you need is your body and a floor. To do this, this is called swimmers. You're going to lay flat on the ground. You're going to have your arms directly out in front of you, palms facing down, arms as straight as you can keep them. You're going to take a deep breath. You're going to relax your head into the ground where however you can. If you want to put a towel beneath yourself, a yoga block, whatever, if you're fine just kind of having your face on the ground like that, go for it. You're then going to lift your arms off the ground as high as you can overhead. You're going to pause for a second, and then you're going to bring your hands, palms facing down, all the way over around to your butt. When your hands are about an inch away from your hips, what you want to do is turn that palm to face the ceiling, and you're going to bring that hand as far up that upper back as you can, almost like you're handcuffing yourself in a weird position. You're going to pause for a second, and then you're going to reverse. This entire time, your hands are not touching the ground. And you're also not trying to lift that chest off the ground. You're purposely driving that chest into the ground so that the only thing that's moving, the only thing that's working are those muscles on the back of your ribcage, the back of your shoulder blades. Again, this is something you probably want to do 3 times a week, 3 sets of 10. This is going to be the most challenging of everything we covered today, but this for most people will probably be the most impactful. Shoulder pain, particularly a pointed pain in a very targeted area like the AC joint, it's gonna feel like something's torn. It's gonna feel like you're stabbed. It's gonna feel like you're broken, but you're not. The AC joint is a very common pain area due to how many parts of your upper extremities meet there. Bones, ligaments, muscles, everything. It's a very small nexus where a lot of things happen. It's very easy for pain, for inflammation, for discomfort to develop there. The most important thing that you can do is keep a calm head and don't let this write a story of I'm broken, I can't be fixed, I can't do anything. You're not broken, you have discomfort. You simply have to take the right steps and be consistent with your action and patient, because if the outcome that you want is a pain-free shoulder, your job is to do the right input, which is movements like this on a consistent basis so that you can say you are actually doing everything you need to do to heal yourself. So if you have shoulder pain for whatever reason, maybe you're overactive, maybe you're inactive, make these 5 things a part of your daily, if not weekly routine. Give yourself at least 4 to 6 weeks and then check back with me. Let me know how much better your shoulder feels.